Good evening to all. Today, at this moment, we have no power here. I'm using this uh, torch to light the area. So to keep the battery, I'm going to switch off the webcam because I can save a battery bit right with that. But still, I'm here. And once again, before we start, extremely sorry for being late because I had a visitor today at my home. So I wanted to finish the discussion right around 5 o'clock, but it dragged a bit longer. So I started the session around 5:20 or 5:18, right? So let's start the session. I'm going to switch off the webcam, right? So in today's activity, today I'm completing, today I'm completing the 8th competency. But if I feel that I need to discuss more questions on petty cash book, I will discuss a few more activities, but it depends on today's session. Right, so Buddha, question number 23, Tilak Uduravan decided to maintain his petty cash book under the imprest system. Following are the transactions arisen in the month of January 2022. So I'm ready with the formats. Let me share the formats with you. Here we have it. Here we have the format. Right, Putha? So petty cash book, these are the format which we have to use. Right, Putha? Good. Let's record the given transactions. But I ask you to do this as a homework if you can. Reference as a homework activity, right? So if you have done it, you can go through your answers. If not, you can continue the question with me. Okay. First one, 1st of January. Main cashier gave 4,000 to the petty cashier. This is the imprest. So it is recorded like this. Cash, and it's a receipt 4,000, right? Check your answers, please. 4,000. Okay, but once again, please note that the petty cash book is a prime entry book and as well as a ledger account. It has a debit side and a credit side. Okay, children, great. So the next transaction is on 2nd of January. Put the date. Stationery voucher number 125. Value of the payment 200. You can analyze that under the stationery analysis column. Anything that you record in the payment column has to be analyzed in the respective analysis columns. But usually, right, it records only in a single column. Stationery, only the stationery. The same value can't be recorded in another column. Okay, you are analyzing the payment. Next date, 4th of January. Today, the description is transport. Transport, voucher number 126. Amount is 60. You can analyze that under the transport column. See how simple it is. Accounting helps you to maintain the records of a business in the proper way. You record the payments, you record the petty cash receipts, you analyze, you know where you have spent it for. Right. The next date is 7th of January. And it is for milk powder and tea. Right? Tea and sugar. 127. Amount is 400. Can you all tell me where we should analyze this? Milk powder, tea. We use it for what? Which purpose? Anyone in the class? Yes, Duniti, very good. Yes, Amir, Dinel, that is correct. Definitely, yes, Dinel, that is definitely for refreshment. After recording a payment, you have to update the analysis column. The next date of the transaction is 8th of January, January 8th, stamp and postage. Stamp and postage. Amount is, sorry, the voucher number is 128, where the amount is 40. You can easily understand where this has to be analyzed, definitely in the postage column. Then 11th of January, January 11th, cool drinks, 129 is the voucher number, amount 200, analyze that under the refreshment column. Refreshment column. Again, on 17th January, put up stationery, voucher number 130, amount 170, analyze that payment under the stationery column. Pute, I want you all to highlight the next transaction. The transaction on 20th January paid Samarasekara a creditor. Please highlight that. Highlight that. Okay. Today, on 20th January, you will understand the reason why I asked you to highlight it. Okay. We have paid Samarasekara. Samarasekara 131,000. So 131 is the payment voucher number. Amount paid is 300. Putha, do you know where we are analyzing it? It is analyzed in, it is analyzed in the ledger column. Right. Ledger. Yes, Amir, very good, very good. Ledger. I have a question. Who can tell me in the ledger column what we have to record or what we can record, right? Regarding a petty cash book. Okay. What type of payments we can analyze in the ledger column, right? Anyone in the class? If you do not know, please listen to me. We never receive the cash from debtors. This is petty cash book. Now Dishan says received cash from debtors. No. In the petty cash book, do we ever record the receipts other than the collection of interest? Dishan's answer my question. Do we ever record any other receipts? In the petty cash book, we record only a single receipt. And what is that receipt? Interest receipt from the main cashier. Other than that, we have no other receipts in the petty cash book. Dishan's there on the patio. Right. Then Duniti, credit sales. Now, can we ever record the credit sales and credit purchases in the petty cash payments jar? The petty cash payment journal is used to petty cash book is used to record only the payments, small payments. Duniti, therefore, you can't record the credit sales or credit purchases. We have a separate book for that, primary books for that. Then this is what we can analyze. What we can analyze, right, in the ledger column, right, of petty cash book. Okay, petty cash book. Then make right. Okay, Duniti. Now listen to me, darling. Pute, I'm going to highlight two things. Right? ඕගොල්ලන්ට වැඩිපුරම විභාගෙ දෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ වගේ. Right? දැන් අහගන්න. පුතේ. Let's say first one A. Payment made to a creditor of the business. Right? If you have made a payment to a creditor of the business, that is analyzed in the ledger column. Okay? ඒක analyze කරන ledger column. Right? එහෙනම් මේ ledger column එකට දාන්න අපිට also වැඩිපුර වෙන්නේ ඕක පුතා. So in the petty cash book, if the business has made a payment to a creditor, right, it has to be analyzed in the ledger. Then what do we mean by this column? Ledger. මොකද්ද මේ ledger column එකකින් කියන්නේ? අහගන්නකෝ පුතා. Right? මම ලස්සන note එකක් දෙන්නයි යන්නේ. අහගන්න. Here the ledger column. Okay. Ledger column, right, is used to record. Ledger column is used to record, right, payments. Ledger columns used to record payments, right, sorry, payments made to an account which is already in the ledger of the business. Ledger column is used to record payments made to an account which is already in the ledger. දැන් ඔයාලට ටක් ගාලා තේරෙන්න ඕන පුතේ මේ බලන්න. Right? Now think about the previous activity Samarasekara. Samarasekara කියන්නේ creditor කෙනෙක්නේ. Do you understand? For now Samarasekara is a creditor. So for the creditor, we are already maintaining a ledger account in the business. Therefore, if you have made a payment to such an account, that is analyzed in the right ledger column. So this is a very important note. You have to write this down, right, near that activity number 23. Okay, good. So according to the O-level syllabus, this is the most famous adjustment you will get. If a business has made a payment to a creditor, sometimes if the business has paid a salary to an employee, you have to analyze that particular payment in the ledger column. Okay, students? Right. I'm going to take you to the format again. My format, right? So I have to analyze this payment on 20th paid to Samarasekara in the ledger column. Next one, 24th January. 24th of January. Today, it is for transportation. Voucher number 132. Right? Amount is 70. Analyze that under the transportation column. Okay, Bute. The next date is 25th of January. Okay. Postage 133. 130 is the payment. Analyze that under the postage column. Postage column. Again, the next payment is on 26th of January. Refreshment 134 is the voucher number. Amount 160. Analyze that under the refreshment column. 26th. The final payment is on 29th of January. It's a final payment. It is not the final transaction. We have paid Kamal. Now Kamal is a creditor. 135 is the voucher number. Okay, Dinner, you want this one. Dinner, give me a minute, Puta. Give me a minute, darling. I'll show it once the recording is finished. We have paid 250 to Kamal. Okay. Now, Kamal is a creditor. Now, we are going to analyze it. I told you, whenever the business has paid anything to an account which is already exist in the ledger, it is analyzed in the ledger column. Analyzed. So it is analyzed in the ledger column as a payment to Kamal, 250. Okay, good. Now give me a minute. Those who couldn't write that not in the whiteboard, I give you exactly 2 minutes. Not 2 minutes, 1 minute. Anyone who hasn't power at this time in your areas? Anyone in the class? Anyone? All of you have. So I'm using these days, I am for conducting the classes, I can't use the PC. I'm using the laptop and mobile hotspot. Okay. ඉක්මනට ලියාගන්න පුතේ. හරිද? Dinel, okay. ඉක්මන් කරන්නට කියෝ. Right. Now, let's move to the balancing process. හරිද? දැන් පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න. The first thing is බලන්න මම මේක balance කරන විදිය හරිද? The balancing is starting from the credit side. So I'm going to draw a line like this. මම චූටි line එකක් හදිනවා මේ වගේ. Right? And the analysis columns are completed with this one. Therefore, I'm going to draw a double line under the total like this. Can you all see this? But you can't draw double lines for the payments because the payment column is right moved further. However, I'm going to take the total of the payments and analysis columns. It is 1980. Let's see whether we get the same answer here. Right? Now these are the totals. You can verify your answer, Lamai. I think you all are good in maths, right? These are simple calculations. Get the total of the payments and check whether is it tallied with the total payments. Mine is correct. So I have to draw a double line under the analysis columns only. Now I'm moving to the balancing of this petty cash book or petty cash account. Look what I'm going to do. I have to draw, right? බලන්න මම placement එක බලන්න මම ලස්සනට මේක කියලා දෙනවා උමනාවෙන් අහගන්න. Right? So the first thing is I have to take the addition of the higher side. Then what the debit side is 4,000, credit side is 1,980. So debit side exceeds the credit side. So I record 4,000 here, 4,000. And after balancing this account, the other side also equal to 4,000. There is something that everybody knows. Now I can balance this off. I have to take the balance carried down. Okay. 31st of May, 31st of January, balance carried down is 4,000 minus 1,980, that is 2020. This is the balance carried down of, right, the petty cash book as at 31st January. Okay. And there is another transaction left. On 31st of January, we restore the petty cash. So, Puta, here what I'm going to do is balance brought forward 2020. In fact, this is the balance carried down. Balance carried down. Puta, අපි මේක date එක පොඩක් හදාගන්න මෙන්න මේ විදියට. I think that is the ඔකට හරි උත්තරයක් දෙයක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. එතන හදාගන්න පුතේ 1st of February කියලා. 1st February කියලා හදාගන්න. Not 29th January, there should be 31st of January, there should be 1st February. හදාගන්න පොඩක් එක පැටි. 1st February. Okay, good. Now, on 1st of February, normally because the petty cash are restored in the beginning of every month, 1st of February balance brought forward is 2020. But I have to restore the interest. Okay, so I think everyone is listening to me. I have to restore the interest. Once again, it is on the same date. We have to, the cash should be collected. How much? The amount which is required to make this balance 4,000. It is exactly the amount which we have spent on petty cash in the last month. Now, please note that the interest value is again 4,000 rupees. 4,000 rupees. Okay, Buta? හරිද? Right. ඔන්න තියනවා ගන්න. Now, correction is not yet over. We have to post the information to the ledger. I have given a few ledger accounts now. මතකද මම කිව්වා? පුතේ ආයි පාරක් කියනවා. For your for your term test, none of the formats are given now. So please make sure that you know the formats. Right, පුතේ? Good. පුතේ මම තව දෙයක් කියනවා. ඒ තමයි we start the grade 11 work, right? 11 syllabus on December. I think you have to listen to me now, huh? Right? On the first week of December, I'm starting a paper class also. Now, paper class right? That is to train you for the O-level examination. Because grade 11 is a very crucial year to all of you. I have to teach you how to answer the O-level papers, right? So I think that you will join that class as well. But I'll let you know the details, right? But please, right, make sure that you have enough time to join that class as well. Okay, good. Now I'm going to transfer the total of stationery. Okay, stationery 320, 370. Today, I'm going to name one account. This is stationery. Stationery account. Stationery account. Okay. So debit 370 here. 370. Description. Petty cash The date is pute balaganna 31st of January. 31st of January. Stationery. Okay. Debit the stationery account, because listen to me, all these things are credited to the petty cash book. What you do is just to debit it. Debit the expenses. Debit the payments. Okay. Now the payment, right? The postage. Postage 170. I'm going to name the next account as postage. Postage account. Amount 170. The date of this transaction is 31st of January. Cash. පුතාට තේරෙනවද මේ? මම අද දෙත් අපේ ඉස්කෝලේත් මම මේ ළමයින්ට කතා කරාද? පුතා, accounting helps you to record the transactions, right, in the correct way. Okay, in the correct way. Do you know, puta, right, as a habit, right, I am recording all the transactions of mine in a diary, right? But to be honest, I am not following the double entry system, right? But I know the system. Okay, so do you know that helps me to, right, keep the records, right, of the day, the payments, the receipts. When I receive the cash from you, the class fees, I'm recording it. Do you know that? Huh? I have to record it. That is why I need you to send, right, that proof or a source document, right? So to show you that you have paid me the money, I'm using that particular document as the source document of mine. See, I'm using the subject practically here. Right. Good. Then I'm going to move to the next description analysis column, that is transport. That is transport. 130. I'm going to name the next account as the transport column. Transport column. Amount is 130. 31st of January. Petty cash 130. Petty cash 130. 130. Then refreshment 760. Open the next account for refreshment. කවුරුත් ඊළඟට කරන්න එපා. Refreshment account. Today, the date is 31st of January. Description petty cash. Amount 760. 760. Okay. Good. Then ඔන්න ඊළඟට හොඳට අහන් ඉන්න ඕන. Do you see in the ledger column we have made two payments for two creditors? One payment is for creditor Samarasekara. The next payment is for creditor Kamal. Do you understand? Usually in the ledger we maintain two separated accounts for Samarasekara and Kamal. Therefore, the payment to Samarasekara is recorded in his personal account. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to record this amount 300. I have to open an account for Samarasekara. So I'm going to open another account. බලන්න පුතේ accounts තියෙන්න තියෙනව නේද පුතා? Samarasekara account, right? Remember, Samarasekara is right and is a creditor. So we have paid 300,000, sorry, 300 rupees to Samarasekara. Debit Samarasekara 300. Lamai. Date is 31st of January. Petty cash. Then Podakina. Mamokadekali. I didn't record the total. In the ledger, I have to do nothing with the total. But listen to me. In the ledger, we have two separated accounts for what we record in the ledger. So to record them in their respective accounts, 300 in Samarasekara's account, and I need another one that is for Kamal. 250. Open another account for Kamal. This is Kamal's personal account. Kamal account. And debit 250 to this account, 250, 31st of January, petty cash. Petty cash. Do you understand? ඔන්න පුතාට මම පේන්න ඕනේ තේරෙන්න ඕනේ හින්දා මම petty cash එක ලස්සනට highlight කරලා තිනවා මේ බලන්න. The additions of all other analysis columns, stationery, postage, transport and refreshments are posted to the ledger, but not the addition of the ledger column, because we have, right, separate accounts, separate ledger accounts for all these things. I mean, there is an account for Samarasekara and there is an account for Kamal. So the value should be debited to their respective accounts. Therefore, do not transfer the addition of the ledger, right, ledger column to any of the ledger account. Do you understand? Activity. Right. If you are ready, I can take you to the next question as well. Before that, do you understand? Feedback. Amir, Oshani, Dinel, Dinet, Bishans, Dulran, Duniti, J.R. King, Janidu, Netmi, Resen, Sanuka, Shenuk, and Bibu. Do you understand this activity? Megaterma. Okay, Duniti, very good. Shanuka, very good. Janidu, right. Niyamai, Dudra, Niyamai Pute. Dinel, perfect. Vibu, are you there in the class, Puta? Vibu? Do you understand the question, Pute? Vibu Piris? So, which conditions? On the ledger. Now, Puta, additions, listen to me. Do you see the addition of all other analysis here? Stationery, postage, transport, refreshments. They are debited to their respective accounts, right? So 372 stationery account. Stationery. Postage 170, transport 130, and refreshments 760. You missed the note. This one. This one. Taggal dia akan kita lagi 1 minute. Makarana. Hurry up. Hurry up. Okay. Okay, Putta, great. Good. Now, let me take you to the next activity. Question number 24. 24. දැන් අර වගේම වැඩක් තියෙන්නේ ඉක්මනට කරගෙන යන්න. මේ බලන්න පුතා. Do we have any thing to be analyzed in the ledger column? Do we have anything to be analyzed in the ledger column? I can see one. Paid a creditor Amal. Yes, so that should be analyzed in the ledger. In all levels, this is a very simple question. Just remember the format and the way of balancing it. Right. Let me take you to the answers format, children. Right? Answers format. Right. Here we have the answer format. Now here, the date is 1st of May. 1st of May. There is a balance brought forward. It is not in the payment side. In the receipt side, we have a balance of 450. Recording correctly. How to record the balance brought forward, how to balance the petty cash book. Good. The next is Puta, right? On 1st of May. Sorry. The date is 1st of May. Right? We received the cash from the main cashier. How much do we receive? It is 4,550. Today. මම පෙන්නන වැරදි දෙක පොඩ්ඩක් හදාගන්න. ගානේ පොඩි වැරද්දක් තියෙනවා. මෙන්න මෙයා වයින් කරගන්න. Remove it because it is not the receipt. ඒකේ අපිට ලොකුවට අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ source document. In fact, I think you can remember the source document is payment voucher. ටක් ගාලා හදාගන්න එක. It is not the receipt. And here also remove the receipt number. ඒකත් අයින් කරගන්න. Okay. And children, please change the date of the last transaction also. That has to be 1st of June. It should be 1st of June. Please make those corrections. පුතේ දැන් ඔයාලට පුළුවන් හරියද? ඔයා කැමති නම් මේ වගේ පොඩි ෆෝමැට් එකක් ගහලා. පුතාට දවස ගානේ තාත්තා දෙන සල්ලි. Just try to record it like this way. You know, it is fun. You know, right? ඒක ඔයාට ඇත්තටම නිකන් අර පුරුදු වුණාට පස්සේ නිකන් සතියක් දෙකක් කරලා බලන්න පුතා නිකන් you don't want to drag it for the entire life, right? Just to know this. If your father gives you, let's say, 200 rupees every day, 200 rupees, you can say how much you have spent for your food, transport, to purchase the, let's say, dialogue cards, whatever it is. You can record it. Then you can check it with your balance. And the next day when your father gives money, right, record it as a receipt. Or you can use a simple cash book either. Right. Haribadi. Api record karamu transaction. I'm going to take you to the answers format. Right. So, do you see? Who can tell me what is the balance of the petty cash interest of this business? Anybody in the class? What is the balance of the petty cash interest? Anyone in the class? Anyone? Don't know. Leasing. Nivalan? Petty cash interest is the balance plus the restored amount. It is 5,000. Only interest is puta 450 plus 4,550, 5,000. That is the interest. This is the restored interest. Okay, good. Let's record the transactions now. 3rd of May. 3rd of May. Stationery. stationery. Voucher number 125. Amount 280. Analyze that nicely under the stationery column. Stationery column. Next is 5th of May. Traveling. Traveling. 126 is the voucher number. Voucher number. Amount 320. Analyze that in the transport column. Transport column. Okay, Puta. Again on 7th May, right? We have paid the next payment again for traveling 127, 200. Analyze that under the respective column. So listen to me while you are writing. If you can remember, when I was introducing the petty cash book, I told you in this prime entry book we record transactions which are repetitive in nature. Do you see? These transactions are happening again and again. Good. The next date is 10th of May. Refreshments. 128 is the voucher number. 240 is the value or the payment. You can analyze that in the refreshment column. Refreshment column. Okay. Then 12th of May. A4 sheets. A4 sheets. 129 is the voucher number. Value is 150. Where we can analyze it. Stationery 150. A4 sheets can stationery 150. The next date, 13th May. It is for stamp. Stamp. Voucher number 130. Voucher number 130. Amount 200. Pute, where we should analyze it. Postage column 200. Postage. Harida. Then 15th May. 15th May. It is for postage. Postage. 131 is the voucher number. Amount 310. You can directly analyze that under the postage column. Okay. Then 17th May. Lunch. Lunch. 132 is the voucher number. 600. You know where to analyze it. Refreshment. Refreshments. Okay, Pita. 19th May. Traveling. Traveling. 133 is the voucher number. Amount is 160. 160. So the best place to analyze that is transport 160. Okay, Puta? Then the next date is 21st of May. 21st of May, we pay a creditor, Amal, 134 rupees 350, and it is required to be analyzed in the ledger column. 350. Then the next date is 23rd May, right? Courier service. Courier service. 135. Lamai. Amount is 1,500. So normally courier service is used for transport the goods of the business. Am I correct? So the best place to analyze that is transport. Transport. Okay. We have just recorded all the payments. Harida. Now I'm moving to the balancing of the petty cash book. Okay. First, I'm going to take the addition of the column, right? So the total payments is 4,310. So write these values, Puti, write these values. And then Puta, after that, double line the addition of the analysis columns. And at the same time, Puta, do a quick math and see whether the analysis column totally is equal to the addition, right, the payments, 4,310. Harida. Now we can move to the balancing part. ඔන්න මම balancing part එකට ගෙනියනවා. මම චූටි homework එකකුත් දෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට. Right? Using this activity. Okay. හරිද බලන්නකෝ. Now I'm going to balance this off. I told you the interest is 5,000 rupees. So I record 5,000 here. And after the balancing, බලාගෙන මම balance කරන විදිහ බලා ගන්න පුතා. area in the place, area in the column sticker. Then it is transferred to the other side. I mean to the credit side, where I can obtain the balance carried down. Current account. Minimum. Now I can obtain the balance carried down, BCD, by subtracting the payments from the petty cash interest. It is 5,000 minus 310, 690. 690. So it is going to be the balance brought forward as at 1st of June. Balance brought forward 690. 690. Okay. And On the same day, the interest is restored. 1st of June. How much we have to collect or receive from the main cashier to make this balance 5,000 or the interest? It is exactly what we have spent. It is 4,310. Okay, so this is the balance. This have you restore the petty cash interest. Sure. Right? Are we clear? Now this is the homework. Can you remember how I transferred the total of the previous question to the ledger? So likewise in this activity also, I want you to transfer the additions or additions of the analysis columns or the information of the analysis columns correctly to the ledger. Be very careful with the ledger. Okay, are we clear? So with our stationery, postage, transport, refreshments, and don't transfer the total of ledger. What we have to use? We have to use Amal's personal account 350. Is that clear to you? චුටි ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහනවා. මේ පාඩම ඇති නේද දැන්? Do you want more activities on petty cash book? What do you think? Amir, Vashani, do you want more additional questions? Or shall we move to the next lesson on the next week? It's up to you to decide. Janidu, with me, Present Fernando, Sanuka, Shenuk, Puta. තව හරි තව එක හරි මම දන්නවා පුතේ හරි හරි Amir, right, so before that පුතා දැන් අහගන්න in the paper තව activity එකක් තියෙනවා question number 25 බලන්න පොඩ්ඩක් මේ බලන්න question number 25 මේ තියෙන්නේ I want you to do this, right, as a homework as well. හරිද? එතකොට පුතා අද මට ටියුට් එක යවන්න කලින් අරකේ balances ටික transfer වෙන්න ledger එකට. The balances have to be transferred to the ledger correctly. And then I want you to answer question number 25 as a homework. And the parents, if you all are listening, please check whether your child is sending me the answers for corrections. තාමත් ඔක්කොමල්ලා නම් එවන්නේ නැහැ. 99%, 95% send me the answers for corrections, but not all. Okay, so these are the analysis columns, right? The formats have been provided. You have to write the names of the format, the analysis columns, and you have to post the information to the ledger. I think with this activity, it is enough for the petty cash book in the theory class. So later we can discuss about some varieties of the petty cash book in the paper class, right? Then on the next week, we are moving to competency number 9. බලලා අපි syllabus එක cover කරන ඉක්මන නේද? Right? තව පාඩ දෙක තියෙන තව පාඩ 3යි තියෙන්නේ. 10, 11, 12. ඔන්න මම කිව්වා වගේ වෙලාවටම syllabus එක ඉවර කරනවා. It is true that your school, even in my school, we are still in the accounting equation and additions, right? So in most of the time in your schools also, they are maintaining that particular speed. So however, we'll see, right? If you have any doubts, if you have any, suggestions regarding the class, I'm going to take them, right? Please send it to me, right? And so the next week, Puta, we are moving to the 9 competency. That is bank account and bank reconciliation. Another beautiful lesson. In 24, 25, nothing. Mugut man? Same thing, same way. මෙතන පොඩි දෙයක් තියෙනවා මේ මෙන්න මෙතන කියනවා මම මෙහෙම දෙයක්. Restored the petty cash interest up to 8,000. Then how much have we got to receive? මේ බලන්න මම දැන් කියලා තියෙන දේ. හරිද? මේ බලන්න. I have said that here we have restored the petty cash impressed up to 8,000. බලන්න මම කරන දේ මේ බලන්න. Balance is 1,300. Okay. So the restored value is not given. Okay, තමයි ඊට වෙනස. You have to find the restored value. But I have given the interest. Interest has to be 8,000. Then what has to be the restored amount? Anyone in the class? How much is the restored amount? What has to be the restored amount? Is it that difficult? The balance of the petty cash book is 1,003. The interest has to be 8,000. I'm asking how much to be restored? Additions 9,600. It is just 6,700. 1,003 plus 6,700 is 8,000. I repeat, balance is 1,300, restored amount is 6,007. Now the interest is 8,000. So here in the second transaction, the value has to be 6,700. Then only the interest becomes 8,000. හොඳට ප්‍රශ්නේ කියවන්නයි ඕනේ. පැහැදිලිද පුතා? Right. Then I think you have perfectly understood the lesson, but I need to get all your comments, right? If you have any other suggestions to be made, I'm ready to take them up. Okay, children, right? Then api labana satiya apo hamba wenawa with a new lesson that is bank account and bank reconciliation statement. Another interesting and useful lesson, because these days almost every single business is using a bank current account to execute their transactions. I mean the checks. We should know how to record the check transactions or the current accounts, right? Transactions related to the current account by the business. So don't miss out the session. I'll send the tutor in time, and I want to see all these homework right within the next 2 days. Okay, thank you very much. That's all for today. And children, if you have not made the payment for August, right, please make the payment in time, and please send me the details, payment details on the same day itself. Okay, children, that's all for today. Until we meet again next week, stay safe. God bless you. Thank you very much, Pradhan. Good night.